Wonderful. We made it in.
Here we are. Yay.
We made it in live on Spiritual Events Directory. This is Wellness Conversations, the Woo Woo series, brought to you by our wellness community, sponsored by Spiritual Events Directory. Here I am, Michele Scott, alchemist healer, and joining me tonight, Margie Ioannidis, also alchemist healer. We could talk about all the big tools in our kit as the session unfolds, everybody. But thank you for joining us. We're on every Sunday evening, 6 to 7 p.m. And so Margie's been on before. For those of you that watch us regularly, you'll know by the awesomeness that is Margie. So we want to talk to you. Yes, welcome, my darling.
Thanks, I'm talking lovely.
A mile a minute.
I know. That's what we do, though, when we're together. We try and get it all out.
A mile a minute. And so, yeah, you know the awesomeness that is Margie. And Margie's joining us again tonight because Margie and I have a fabulous joint adventure that is really going to be all sorts of, and I'm going to say it again, awesomeness.
It is.
So, Margie, how would you describe Soul Seeker?
I would call healing universal bodies.
I love that.
I know, right? Our hub. Healing universal bodies. We wanted something to do. Like Michele and I are both, got our own groups, our own side projects, our own businesses, and doing a whole heap of different other things. And I wanted to do something a little bit more personal with Michele because we have many, many tools in our toolkit, as some of you know, on the directory. And so we were doing something last year together, just doing some calls, and then we just came up with, let's just do a membership, and it started to grow on its own. I suppose the more questions we asked around it and the more things that we went through together and individually, we ended up being able to have open and honest conversations. Not that we're not honest wherever we go, but they're deeper. Absolutely. Stuff that we don't really talk about, in other groups and other, unless we're doing one-on-ones or our own little workshops or retreats or whatever. So, we wanted to get people in that would like to know more about shifting their junk or not even accepting allowance of whatever's happened in their bodies. And between Michele and I, we just come in and do our alchemist healing. We have conversations. So it's like we're doing the healing seat, which I really, really love. It's just started to take off. And it's growing on its own. It's just all these ideas are coming out and, these realizations of what we can do. And let's just, it's a long-term thing, isn't it, Michele? When we do a project together, it's about having the meetings and having that, that energy and space of being able to listen to one another and throw all this stuff together. And sometimes we talk so fast over each other, we're like, what do we do? What do we say? Because the energy's high with it. For me, anyway.
It really is, exactly. And we could, to our audience out there in Spiritual Events Directory land, we actually, Soul Seeker, we came up with, the tagline of an embodiment and spiritual journey with Margie Ioannidis and Michele Scott, alchemist healers. But tell me what you think of this, ladies and gents. You can give us a little bit of feedback. We've kind of gone, haven't we, Margie? Soul Seeker. We've gone a healing hub for truth, change and authenticity, or a hub for deep conversations, health-giving tools and spiritual healing, or Soul Seeker, a spiritual healing hub for uplifting tools, truthful conversations and authentic connections.
Yeah, I like all of them.
Yes, exactly. So let us know, Spiritual Events Directory audience, what sort of what really sort of grabs you in this moment that is now. But as Margie said, what we do love out of all of those words is hub, H-U-B, because as Margie said, that can stand for
healing.
Margie?
Healing universal bodies.
Yeah, so that's like, as Margie said, that's what Soul Seekers is for me. We I've been on the journey. Look, we're all spiritual beings living a human incarnation. So of course you're a spiritual being whether you are walking the path or not. But I've been aware of my spirituality and into it since 25. So lots of tools in my kit, and what I wanted from the group, and I have found that same want in Margie, is to have those deep conversations, that that deep healing that really extends to shifting in all sorts of ways through the conversation. Through the conversation and the depth in, who am I? Why am I? Where am I? How did I get here? What's up ahead? How can I get there? Through that conversation, there's all sorts of tools that we bring in to it. But we are live healing in the chair every week, right? So you're bringing in, when we go into that space, it's my guides, your guides, it's the guides, isn't it, Margie? Of the person that we're healing.
The entities,
and then as we're doing that, we've got the audience and all of theirs.
Yeah.
All of their guides are coming in and they're healing and we're healing. And look, it's really a powerful space. So we want you to join that space, because actually this is going to be a subscribed group, but for the next couple of months, it's free.
Yeah.
We want you to come in there and see who we are, meet us, and it's a private group, a sacred space, get to know the very special community that's in there. And you'll be able to see for yourself. So if you join tonight, for all of you that join tonight, one of you, maybe two of you, get a session with Margie and I, get a proper little mini reading that's extended from what we're offering you here tonight. Yeah. And but you've got to be in it to qualify. Come and join the group. Yeah. And then as we do, we'll talk about this, won't we, Margie, the whole in this whole session, but we'll also do some readings.
Yes,
so who wants one? Margie is, in numerology, when I met Margie and I did her profile, her numerology profile, 10 years ago, maybe eight years ago, Margie, I think we met.
8, 9 years ago.
Yeah, so in numerology, some of you might know, there are master numbers, 11, 22. Some numerologists also hold 33 up as a master number, some 44, 55, etc. But everyone agrees on 11 and 22. And in Margie's numerology, as soon as I kind of knew I'd find it, and there it was that life path 11. 11 is the natural psychic. And it's been interesting that I said that to you 8 years ago, Margie, but, it's a journey. I was just saying to my partner about the journey and how it took every step I went through to be able to now come into this live and babble on in the way that I do. I could never have done this 5 or 10 or 15. And for you, what I'm loving, Margie, is that you've grown in your spiritual journey, but also your journey in terms of intuitiveness. That you've always been sensitive. You've always had that intuitiveness, but then you kind of, as soon as you kind of got more confident, you got more skill.
Yes. Well, I think it was allowance for me. I was very much in resistance, and that's what happens with you. But when you're in resistance, your life goes pretty poo-poo. Yeah. Like it sort of does, because you're here on a path, you have a soul purpose, and it's about following some of that chart. And it doesn't matter how you get there. That's how you evolve. But it's about actually growing into that. And it was about, it's always, I knew what I knew, but it was about, what if I know what I know and then I say it and I say it wrong, or if it's going to hurt someone, or what if I am wrong, all that ego stuff. And now it's like, well, I know what I know, and it has increased since isolation. It has. It's like the world's gotten quieter.
Yes.
And everything, and I don't know what people out there are like. Things are sort of expanded a lot, and like you tend to be. You hear it clearer. Yes, and I think we're clearing ourselves as well on some level, aren't we? So now, I hear a lot, I see a lot, I smell a lot, I sense a lot. It's all of those. And, and I like to communicate with the entity world on a way of being able to assist with the body, assist with any blockages. So that I'm learning more about that within myself, and my capacities are as big as I choose it to be, I guess.
Yes.
So,
Well, I love that. I love how you said, and I know that, you're really, really big on the body. So we're taking some requests for readings. We're happy to draw a card for you. And you know what, because Margie is all about the body, and I've, with numerology, I've gone deeper, I've gone wider, I've gone higher and bigger than ever before. So if there is something in the body that is hurting, tell us what that is, and I'll apply some letters to that, and we'll see what comes up.
Yeah.
But let's see.
I love how we do that, you know.
Yeah, I love it. Yes.
That's the key, isn't it? Like,
oh, Mark said the healing hub. He loves it.
oh.
Sounds like he loves it. He's got, where do we join now? Stacey, I did put the link in this post. I did put it there. It's Soul Seekers. Hey to Lisa.
Hello, Lisa.
But I did put it in the post. So just scroll up and click on that link and come and join us in Soul Seekers. Gabby said, Gabby liked the, what did Gabby say? Have joined, would love a reading. Awesome.
Okay, Gabby.
Okay, Gabby's already joined. So we'll give her a one card reading now. And right. Whilst I sort through.
Okay.
Oh, I love that. Thanks, Mark. Mark says we're speaking his language.
Oh, Mark, is it? Mark?
Yeah.
Love it.
We'll do a reading for Mark after
Gabby.
Gabby.
Okay, Gabby, I've pulled cycles out for you. Really pretty card, soft energy around the card. So whatever is happening right now around you, some past stuff has come up. So what I'm being shown is that go gentle on yourself. Everything is a cycle, the world goes around, but also what is going on in your body that keeps popping up all the time? Is there any resistance? You know, is there any kind of pain? Is there any kind of reaction to whatever anybody is saying to you? Now, I'm seeing some kind of female here, so I don't know if she's the issue, or I don't know if there's something that needs to be explored a little bit more, as in communicating with this woman, or there has been miscommunication. What I'm getting is this cycle will soon pass, or it is coming up to passing. If it hasn't happened, I feel like it's happened though. I can't say if it, I feel like it's happened. So don't think about the past stuff. Whatever is going on with this person, it is their stuff. It's something that you've got to actually have a good look at and see why this, I want to say shit, keeps coming up all the time, because you have this gentle energy. So whether you're not speaking up or you have spoken up and it has made you a little bit more uneven with that, because it may be like a confrontation, it isn't. It's about you actually expressing how you feel, and changes will occur. And there's some type of new opportunity here, whether it's, I feel like it's work, there's something new with work. I don't know if you're studying, and I know you love all this type of stuff, but I don't know, there's a study and work opportunity coming up. So it's all coming in cycles. So be patient, breathe, take some breaths, and know you're on the right track there.
That's great. Well, I've got a little bit of feedback here from Gabby. She said, you know what there is? She might have said that when you said, oh, it might be a woman.
Oh, okay.
Now, leg pain during meditation. Not sure what that means, Gabby, but I'm sure Gabby will give us some more.
Oh, leg pain. Leg pain.
Oh, leg pain.
Yeah, leg pain. And that's that's what I saw when you said leg pain. I thought, well, pain. We forgot the I, because they're typing so quickly. I'm with you, Gabby. I can't keep up with everyone that speaks, because Facebook goes up really quick in comments.
It does.
You know, so and that's the thing. If there is, and that is about direction. That is about moving forward. That is also about how long have you been just stuck in this type of same cycle of crap that keeps coming up. Yeah. And it's like you have this kind of smooth sailing and then bang, something else. So, you know, don't have any expectations around you. Do your thing. It's about you now. It's about you taking care of your vehicle and your body. And if there is pain in your body, sometimes that could be in your legs. It could be, what are you not creating? What is it that you really would like to create, or afraid to create, or haven't even asked your body, what can we create that's greater than the day before? That's a nice, really easy tool to be able to go, okay, yesterday might have been a really great day. You can uncreate, destroy it. It could have been a crappy day. Uncreate, destroy it.
Yeah, lovely.
Brand new day. Yeah.
And Gabby actually said, what did Gabby say? Oh, there was another, it does move up so quickly.
Yeah, it does.
But anyway, that's okay. I'll just do, on the leg, Margie, the numerology, little bit of numerology healing on the leg, LEG, 3 plus 5 plus 7 equals 15, 1 plus 5 is 6. So Gabby, I would say check any issues around perfectionism, check any issues with the number 6. The number 6 is very much about self-acceptance. Check any issues around self-acceptance. And it could also relate to, there could be some issues with intimacy. And by that, I mean, you know, again, acceptance on that inner level. And when we have those perfectionism when we have perfectionism, we always are in that kind of state of I'll be happy when, I will love myself when, rather than loving self now unconditionally. So just check any issues around that, and then everything Margie said kind of ties in a little bit with all of that. Let me just see if I can get in this way, Margie.
Oh, where are we getting in? Yeah, right, can you hear me?
I'm just trying to get in through the see all. See if I can see it just on the screen here. Like I've got my.
Oh, okay. When we're live. Oh, I don't know.
Oh no.
No, you might have a feedback of us talking.
Yes.
You?
Okay. All right. So I'll go back to to here. All right. So Gabby. Gabby's a master number 11 as well.
Oh,
and
there you go.
Okay. Let me go down, scroll down, and get some of the older requests for a reading. We're going to do one for. Did we say Mark? Mark before anybody else. I'll go all comments, and we'll see what comes up. So Mark, let's see what comes up for you. Mark, beautiful.
Okay. All right. So help from above, Mark. So again, it's asking for assistance. Now you are probably the sense that I'm getting here is that you don't ask for help much, and that is because you'd rather do it yourself. There's a feeling of let down. There's times that you've been let down, or there's times that you've always been there for people. It's like you've always been there for people, and when there's going to be someone there for you. Again, it's like asking for assistance, and you can ask from the universal energies, and anything that requires to be healing or healed or looked at in the body. I don't know what's going on around the shoulders or the chest area, around this area anyway. There's just not tightness, but I feel like there's restrictions that will start to unbind as soon as you ask for assistance. So if you have asked and you're looking for the answer, that only locks everything, and it keeps everything locked into the body. So just ask your body, show me the way. I would like some assistance with my body, my job, what's next for me. And you will find that people will start to show up, or signs will start to show up. And there's something here that you have missed signs, or you have missed opportunities, and there might not be an opportunity for you to be or do something again. There's never an opportunity lost. There's always possibilities of newness here, but make sure you ask for assistance. I'm not big on telling you how, who, or where. The thing is that the most is that if you ask for assistance from the universal energies, you know that they're around you. You love that healing ability. And if you have that within you and you are doing it, do more of it. If you're not, do and ask the assistance to show you the way, because you got to start asking, and not, sometimes we have an expectation. What we give out, we would like back. I know I used to. Now it's like, ask for help. And sometimes you can ask the people that you don't see. The energies will probably help you sometimes a lot quicker.
I love this too, sort of tapping into what Margie said. I love that. Mark, flying. And wow, awesome, flying, and arise and see a higher point of view. So I love that, and I can tie that into the number 5 in numerology, Margie, which is all about freedom. But Mark, we get to freedom not through escaping or burying our head in the sand, or sort of running from that monster in our dreams. Freedom with the number 5 is getting to is really having a look at, so checking around and seeing all the many ways in which we are enslaved. Right, and we can be slaves to the past. We can be a slave to the future that hasn't even happened yet. We can be, enslaved by a routine, a ritual, a habit, a point of view that doesn't help us. That holds us back. Yeah,
God, doesn't it?
So in this moment now, Mark, whatever you may be needing, one of those things may be just to rise above and really kind of be in the question of I love how Margie always says, what else is possible? And, instead of being stuck on what isn't moving forward, what can I do? How can I put the wheels under this situation to get it moving?
Yeah, and the thing is, Mark, there's magic around. I don't know, there's this druid kind of energy, like this magic kind of energy. I don't know, I just see this
Super, I've
druid.
got some feedback from Mark. Wow.
Yeah, there's just this druid kind of energy.
I haven't heard that word for a long time.
No, well, you know, and it could be now, it could be past life stuff, it could be stuff that he's, you know, looked into. It's just that energy, and druids are very great at actualization and not having many points of view and just doing it their way. So if you have not done that for a long time, you feel like you've lost your way, ask for the assistance for the body. There's just something that's stuck in the body that's got to be unlocked, unveil and unhide it. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Make it easy. Yeah, make it easy. That's what that energy was. Because I'm like, what is this energy? I'm like, yes, you're talking.
Excellent.
I'm like, who are you? Yeah.
And ladies, so what we want, Margie and I have a joint venture. It's a very, very special, very, very sacred. It's a private group. It's called Soul Seeker. The link to our group you can find on this post. We want you to click on that, come into the group. All new members that join this evening qualify for a special little mini reading, mini sort of healing with Margie and I. We will pick one, maybe two of you from those of you that join tonight. Come in there. This is a very, very special group. We're offering it for the next couple of months, absolutely free of charge, and you are getting two alchemist healers in there. I have numerology, holistic counselling. I've got hand analysis, tarot, dream analysis, Chinese astrology, meditation, mindset, studying for a positive psychology diploma. Margie is Reiki master, kinesiologist, forensic healer, access bars practitioner, just to name a few. We're bringing all of everything that we have that's in our knowing, our knowledge, our skill set, our experience. There's a lot of wisdom in what we do and how we do it. Come into the group. We want to really do some deep, if you're looking for some deep, soulful conversations and healing, then you want to be coming into that group.
Exactly.
Now,
yeah.
Who else, Margie? Let's see. Okay, I did have somebody here who Stacey. So hopefully, Gabby's given Stacey the link. So I hope that you are coming in there. Bailey, come and find us in Soul Seeker. Valerie, under my left foot, I have a pain sometimes. I'm going to do some numerology on that. Margie's going to pull a card for you, Valerie. See Valerie.
Okay.
I'll go, she's got left foot. I'll do the whole word this time, left foot. I'll apply some numbers to that and we'll see what comes out and up. Under the heel.
Okay. So pain in the left foot. Again, even though it's order, it depends where it is. And I feel like it's sort of in
left
the
foot and it's under the heel.
Oh, right. Sorry. Okay. Because I thought it's like under that part of the heel, but I feel like it's more because there's a points of reflexology in all feet. So it's like, to me, it's like a soul. Something is just, there's like, yeah, well, look, the card, I've got two.
Yes. I'll just interrupt you to say that she said she's also broken her neck twice in this one.
Wow. Okay. Oh,
wow.
Goodness. Joyce. All right. Oh, we need to unlock something there. What is it that keeps it came up as Phoenix Rising. So there's stuff that has to come up and out. And usually when there's breaks and falls, it's like, what have you asked for to have a break from? Who? With? And also when there is pain, it's like, I just don't want to walk this journey anymore. It really, it really is, it has been a bit of a difficult journey for you. And the thing is that you are requiring change. You'd like change, you want change, but again, it's like, well, how's that going to happen? How am I going to do the change? And that is seeking support. You've supported so many in your journey. And now it's like, you've just, you have come to a standstill. And when that Phoenix Rising card comes up, it's all about you actually jumping out of that oldness that you keep hanging on to. Now, I don't know if you've lost someone that's close to you or someone, and it's just, there's this energy here that, that has left like a bit of a hole, not there's a hole in your soul, but like a hole or an emptiness. And it's like, how can I fill that back up? You've got to seek your support. There's got to be changes. And when there's restrictions in the body and the body actually stops you from moving and being flexible, you've got to really be willing to look at who has hurt you, who has left, who has, left, and how much pain are you storing in there and not expressing. So those changes will occur when you start seeking support, and you have tonight by just asking, I've got this pain, how can I be rid of it? I can give you some tools about you return everything, all that pain that you're holding on to and all that stuff that chats in your mind. And he said, she said, or what if, or all that type of chatter, return it to sender with consciousness attached. That is something that we've been implanted with lots of thoughts, feelings and emotions, and how to behave and how to react and be stifled. So saying that will actually help release that tightness in the body, and that God, when is my road going to be smooth? There's so much confusion around this energy that I'm like, you can't make any choices. So to be able to make choices, sorry, Shell. So when you start making one choice for you, it's like close the door on what no longer serves you.
And ties into so heel, left foot. I did the numerology on heel, and that added up to 21. 2 + 1 is 3. Of course, 2 is all about others. 1 is all about me, and that fine balance between your needs and my needs. But it adds up to the number 3. So I would be looking at and checking for issues around self-expression. How are you expressing yourself? Is as Margie said, is that coming out? Is there some kind of usually when we're not actually expressing ourselves and saying what we should say when we should say it, then it's going to come out in complaining, bitching, and maybe even swallowing that back up and pushing it down. And then with that number 3, it can easily become the pessimist, or it can easily become repression. So do I express, repress, or am I depressing, which can lead then to depression?
It's like,
but also ties in with the number 6, which is about receiving. And Margie also mentioned that. So net adds up to 15. 1 + 5 is 6. So the number 1, which is not standing up for me, the number 5, which is feeling very limited, no freedom, adds up to the number 6, which is, how do you receive? Are you open to receiving? Are you so used to sitting in that giver's space that the universe just can't give you what you want?
Yeah, it's like find a safe place. Find somewhere that is safe for you. And, I don't know if you draw. I don't know if there's colours here. So I don't know if that's colours of aura, but I'm like getting I don't know if you draw. I don't know if you do, or you haven't drawn for a long time.
But we might.
Just, sorry, I'll keep moving.
Exactly. We want to give some more people some more readings.
Sorry.
Right, well, I hope that helped, Valerie. We kind of, a lot came out and up for you then. So we want you to come to Soul Seekers, a very sacred space, a healing hub. We're sort of working on our tagline, aren't we, Margie? So Margie, how do you, we've kind of been open in there for a good couple of weeks. We've looked at, Margie, we've done some money. We've done a lot of money stuff.
Yeah, we've done money stuff.
Yeah, right. And we've done some money, some misunderstandings, how to kind of look at the misunderstandings and the mishaps.
That was so cool. That was really cool. That one.
And how to turn that around. And we've got victim coming up next week.
Archetype.
So Margie, exactly. So Margie, just talk about the money and the misunderstanding stuff. Like, well, you did with the money stuff. You did kinesiology with.
Yes, I got 2 ladies. Yes, we get some volunteers. Healings. Yeah, we do. I did a live, and I got two beautiful ladies that came in that were brave enough and courageous enough to come in, and I did a Facebook Live, and we did some healings, and we talked through some of the money contracts that were binded, and we did some clearings there, and they gave us some great feedback actually in the group. They're in the group as the feedback's in the group, and it's unlocked a lot of stuff, which is great. And then the misunderstandings, well, Michelle and I had some stuff go on between both of us, and we thought, let's talk about this after we had a great chat, because nothing's a confrontation. It's just about picking up the phone and having a chat. And there's avoidance sometimes, or there's past stuff that can come up, or And we had a great conversation live in there. So that was something that everyone loved. So we went, this,
exactly.
You know?
Exactly. But, you know, when we did the live healing session, we basically took a couple of people into the healing chair. And, you know, with some of the money stuff, Margie did the kinesiology, but Margie's also got the access consciousness. And so basically, we're not even aware, really. It's absolutely live. We're not aware of what's going to come out, and all sorts comes out just as it does in here too.
And what that does is then when people are watching, they get the healing as well, because there's always a mirror of something, isn't there? And like we had such a great feedback that we're just getting excited even more so of how far we can do this and be. So, you know, if you've got some junk that's locked in, we've got, you know, Michelle and I will be on Wednesday night, won't we, Michelle? We'll be on Wednesday night.
Absolutely. If you come into the group and you'll be able to see. But I reckon that's the big thing, Margie, that we love is to do the actual healing. You know, which brings into play all of the the intuitiveness, the intuition, the experience. It's just magic, isn't it? Lots of modalities, but in that moment.
Oh my goodness, it is. And nothing is planned, like Michelle said. We just go in and healing in the seat, and in they come, and we have
Okay, so we've got Hetty. Hetty, my name is, it says Hetty, but my name is Vanessa. I'm just asking, do you do readings? I'm going through a bad time at the moment. So, Vanessa, do you want us to do, we can pull a card for you in here. We'd love you to come into Soul Seekers, join the group. We're going to pick a couple of you to do, you know, have a little bit of a deeper session with, but we'll pull one card for Vanessa.
Okay, cool. So, I just get like, what is it? It's like breathe.
Oh, yes.
So, okay. Inner child comes up.
Wow.
So there's a part of you that you've got to start looking at, even though there's this inner child, this stuff that's happening around you, and I don't know what it actually is or what I'm getting. What they're giving me is that you have to start looking at where this is coming from. This certain pain, the stuff that's happening around you has brought up some inner child stuff. So that is about you expressing. It's all about expression tonight by the feel of things.
Wow.
Is, you know, that when was the last time that you were actually spontaneous? When was the last time you could actually get up and, you know, and play and be and let this stuff that's heaviness, I know it's heavy around you and it's out of your control. The thing is that you've got to be a little bit more spontaneous for yourself. You've got to actually get up and do something different for you in expressing and looking in that part of your inner child, even though there's heaviness here, I just feel like it's been sort of a little bit of an ongoing journey. So it's like you get some really heavy stuff happening, and then it becomes lighter, and this one is a little bit more heavier than usual. So, you know, have a bit of compassion for yourself. Sometimes when things are out of control, you cannot control it, you cannot fix it, you cannot even sometimes find the answers. It's just something that has to play out. So you can start looking and being a little bit more different in your journey, in your world. You can close the chapters, you can close the doors of this heaviness eventually, but you've got to then go, okay, I choose something different for me now. I just feel sad. I feel sad, and there's nothing that I can do or say to make you feel better, apart from knowing that this inner child needs you right now. So it's time to really go within and express and do something a little bit more spontaneous for yourself.
Fantastic. Well, Vanessa, I hope that helped a little bit. As we said, if you haven't already asked to join Soul Seeker, come and join. And, you know, you might be one of the lucky ones that gets a little bit more. But in any case, as Margie said, whenever we read for someone, we're reading for all of you that are tuning in that moment. And in Soul Seekers, Margie and I come in and do some stuff, and we do some live healing, but everybody that's watching is getting that too. So I guarantee you that coming into that space will help where you're at now. All of our, Margie, isn't that right? All of our,
it's
people
like,
on programs and retreats and who come to us absolutely shift and change and move.
They do. And it's sometimes, you know, when messages come through for people and they want to know answers and that, I so get where they're coming from. But sometimes, you know, spirit won't come through and give all the bigger, because this feels heavy. And, you know, and this stuff that's heavy is, you know, it will pass, but they're not going to, I can't divulge everything. kind of thing.
It's a journey.
It just won't let me. It won't allow me, kind of thing.
Oh,
so,
okay.
You know,
you feel blocked. You're feeling a bit blocked in this instance.
Well, I don't know if it's such so much of a blockage, but it's like, you know, there's been a loss of some heaviness here. So whatever I say or do until that gets unlocked, then, you know, it will probably come. So that's why the inner child comes up. Yeah. Don't lock her away. So kind of thing. So, yeah.
Awesome. Okay, there was Florin, actually, I'll just do a quick numerology for Florin.
Okay.
Spirit seeking soul direction, pain between my shoulders and can't shift it. So we might just do a quick card reading, but in terms of numerology, around the shoulders, applying a number to every letter in the word shoulders. Florin, actually equaled, added up to 40. 4 plus 0 equals 4. The number 4 is all about control. So, you know, I'd be checking for any issues around control. Are you in control, out of control, or are there some issues around controlling? Okay, because wherever that is, and with the shoulders, of course, is so number 4, because the shoulders bear the burdens. So, you know, what burdens do you bear that may not be your burdens to carry? And perhaps it's time now to, you know, be shirking some of that. So the number 4, you know, strong sense of duty. So again, very loyal, very, you know, lots of commitment with the number 4. But the number 4 can also be Groundhog Day. The number 4 can also tend to reinvent the wheel. Reinvent the wheel. And number 4 is definitely the victim. So I might get Margie actually to pock and pod any and all issues around victim.
Yes, definitely. So anywhere that you are self-criticizing, anywhere that there's perfectionism, because I got the self-love card out here, anywhere that you're harsh or on yourself and leads to any kind of judgments, let's uncreate, destroy all that times a gazillion, right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. And anywhere that you are feeling locked and maybe not being able to allow this deepness of choosing to do more for you than for others and try and fix the situation, let's uncreate, destroy that times a gazillion, right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. The self-love card is about how much it's about self-love. It's about, you know, how much are you criticizing yourself? How much are you judging yourself? How you think you're going to be doing? What if everything that you've done to get to yourself now is what you had to do? Anything that doesn't allow you to see that, uncreate, destroy that times a gazillion, right or wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds.
Wonderful.
And if you want to know a bit more about that, there'll be a link in the Soul Seeker group.
Yeah. Exactly. Come into the group. And same with Tracy Hazel, who's a really dedicated, fan and follower. But she's got a question. What did you do to become a healer? Well, Tracy, come into a Soul Seeker. You know, you're a fan and a follower of all our other groups as well. But come into Soul Seeker, Tracy. I don't think Tracy's in there, is she?
I don't think so. I haven't. No. I don't know.
Come into Soul Seeker. We will talk about all of this and then some in that group. And and if you come in and join tonight, you'll qualify for a session with Margie and myself. Very, very special. So please do that. We'd love to see you in there. So let me see. Okay. Who else? Okay. We didn't do one for Vicky Rourke. I don't think we did one for Vicky, did we?
No, I don't remember Vicky.
Okay, let's pull a card for Vicky. And Vicky, do you have, now if any of you have got any pain in the body at this particular point in time, you can tell us what that is. I can put some numerology reading around that. Margie can pock and pod and come up with everything that comes to Margie about what's going on in your body.
Yeah. Because it's it's like headaches for me.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, there's pressure all around the head. I don't know if that's Vicky, I'm picking up on other people's energies, but it's yeah, definitely, you know, and what's going on at home, what's happening I mean, I think everyone's a bit ISO over it, and you know, it's probably might be getting a little bit too much.
I love it.
You know, so you know,
over it.
Yeah, ISO over it. That just flew out of my mouth. I was being polite. So, you know, and the home, you know, there's like something about a wounded child or something that's going on, that there's a wound here of some sort. And I don't know, well, I've just got this increase of, I don't know, do you get headaches? Is there a headache going on, or is someone causing you a headache? Like, oh, I can't handle it. You know, so
okay. No, Florence said thanks so much. Florence was the victim, and the number 4 energy there. No feedback just yet from Vicky. So we'll just keep
all
going
right.
with
So
that.
yeah.
Here we go, Vicky. Vicky, health in general, recovering currently from major orthopedic surgery. Looking at more at the moment.
Right. Has it caused you headaches? Is there something about headaches?
Hang on.
Oh.
Did I disconnect? No,
we're
still okay.
We're still okay. We're still here. No, we're still live.
Okay, you go.
We're going. All right. Okay, so the card that I pulled out was all about home. So it's about your inner home, your inner house. Okay, so you know, there's just that heaviness of the head. So, and I don't know if this stuff has stressed you out. Also, it's about you being able to know that there's change coming in a way that when we ask for change, it never comes through the way that we have that expectation. So, you know, it's always the opposite of what it appears to be, and nothing's the opposite of what it appears to be. You've got a lot of courage. Don't give up now is something else too, regarding in your temple, in your body. Also, now this is not in a provoking way. Place your hands on your body. I was going to say touch your body, but I didn't want that to sound the way that it should, you know. So it's like place your hands on your body, because there's a connection here. There's an energy here that will help you heal this that's going on within you and around you. And, you know, and any stuck emotions that might be, and usually anesthetic affects the body in many, many different ways. So, you know, it can bring on headaches, and it dehydrates you a hell of a lot as well. So, you know, it's about making sure that you don't forget your inner temple requires your touch, not everyone else's touch, your touch. So
awesome. And I've moved on to Kim Gratian. I'm not sure what this even is, but Kim says that she suffers from bursitis. Anyway, I've allocated a number to every letter in that word. I came to 3 + 6 = 9. So what we're dealing with there is with the number 3 is that inner critic. I would be looking for any issues around the inner critic. Is it lifting you up, or is it beating you down? The number 6, of course, is all about that perfectionism. Number 6 is about unconditional love. 3 + 6 tying, you know, then adding up to that number 9. Number 9 is very much, you know, are there some issues around, you know, being liked? You know, am I a bit of a people pleaser? You know, do I do what I do when I do it because I I need to feel, be appreciated, you know, thanked, respected, rewarded, recognized? Are there any issues around giving and receiving? And how are we giving and receiving? Are we giving, you know, checking intention, and you know, are we giving for all the right reasons? And the best way to check that, Margie, is that if I'm feeling let down, then I'd be checking my expectations. If I'm feeling disappointed, if I'm feeling that I'm not getting what I should get, then you know, maybe expectations, maybe the giving and receiving, the energy of that is just not quite right at the moment. Am I giving too much? Am I giving where giving hasn't been? Sometimes we give when no one's asked us to.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing as well too. It says here, take off your mask. So, beautiful. You know, when you're taking off you cannot crave any kind of attention or have any attention if you're doing something, you're pretending to be something that you're not, so, or when you're frightened about anything in particular, we usually put up our masks and we're all fine, we just keep then giving because we believe it fills our cup up. So, it's about focusing on your body, taking a few deep breaths, reflect upon the areas of your life that where the masks may have had to come on. That you feel that they had to come on, and anything that's not yours, return to sender with consciousness attached. Return those masks that people have told you to put on that, and it's about finding you. It's about finding a new, not even like, the new you, who you are meant to truly be. So,
Wonderful. So, Margie, we might pull a card for Sharon Scott. Would love a card. So,
I wanted to say Shazam, but sorry.
Shazam. Stay tuned, Sharon. Hopefully you'll still love Vicky. Some feedback from Vicky that you read for just before. Yes, stress. I am a caretaker to my husband.
Oh, hon. Okay. I know
what that's like. That's a hard gig.
Yeah, it is. It's not easy.
It's a hard gig. And Vicky then said, thank you and bless you.
Thank you.
Okay. Running all the feedback from Gabby. Thank you, Gabby, for your fabulous feedback. And this is for Sharon Scott.
Sharon Scott. Oh, is there somewhere in your life you're feeling trapped? Is there somewhere in your life that you've lost your personal power? Entrapment. So to make the changes that you really would like in your life and you desire, it's like you need a new way, a new system. And if you're unsure of that, you can ask your body, because your body is connected to you, and you can ask your body to show you a way with ease. And anything that doesn't allow that, will just uncreate and destroy it. Throw it back to wherever it goes. It doesn't matter who, where, what gave it to you. It's not about opening up Pandora's box. I just have this energy here that where you may just keep throwing it in your body and going, okay, we'll sort that out. I'll sort it out. And then sometimes the choices are not clear. So, just you're in control of your life, Sharon, nobody else. That's a really strong message here. Is that, you're in control of what you choose. And if you don't like what you choose, you can choose again. That's the beauty of life. It's not about, I've got to be committed and stay because I said. If it doesn't make you and your body happy, it's time to move on, move out, or move on to something lighter for you.
Wonderful. We might, could I just say too, where Kimberly went, Kimberly, our condolences go out to you. Our heart goes out to you. Kimberly's lost her daughter, and she just, wondered if we could perhaps draw a card, maybe some healing around that, Margie, whatever you feel into and whatever comes up.
She's wondering how. I thought I had an energy of a child before, but I didn't know who it belonged to.
Oh, wow.
But I don't know, like it was a child with sort of fair kind of hair, and I don't know if it's, I don't want to say it's that child. But I felt there was an energy of a child, and I'm like, who are you? And this happens. And she could just be coming through to let her know, like, just to, that don't stay lost in the grief. And
well, Kimberly, if you're still watching us live, Margie just said what she said. If that resonates, then please come and join Soul Seeker.
Yeah, it's probably
in contact with Margie one-on-one, and Margie can book you in, perhaps book you in for a full reading if you need to.
Some messages or something because I just I also stuff at the back of the throat. I just feel a lot of It's probably not
Okay. Kimberly, here's a card to see what comes up, but our condolences, and please connect if you need some more.
Are you doing the card, Shell, or am I?
No, you're pulling a card there, darling.
Okay, all right, sorry. Yeah, the card is sadness. So, then you have to just be that. If you have to choose to be that, I don't feel that there's any more pain. I just feel it's all your pain, and I know that the energy of your child is very much around you. There is also, and when I want to speak, I just get this dry mouth. So I don't know if you're hydrating yourself. I don't know if you're taking care of yourself. It's really important that you take care of you. And you know, and I don't know, I see a journal. I don't know if you're doing some kind of journal or writing.
Yeah.
And I keep getting this as energy of a daughter. I don't know if she said daughter, but I don't know if it's a female. Yeah, because I thought child. Yeah. So I don't know if you're writing to her, or you could start writing to her, because it's very much connected and very much around you. So, you know, right now the pain will ease. Something that I was told when I lost a couple of my close loved ones is that, you know, the pain will ease. You will never forget them, and they will never forget you. Just know that that energy is very much, she's very much around you, and I really do apologize, like condolences to you. Sorry.
Yeah, it's terrible. I lost my brother in, you know, my brother was 21, and honestly, you know, I lost my brother, but my parents lost a child, and I think that it's just the hardest thing you know, and look, when you lose your loved ones, you never get over it. You find a way to move past it, but it's a devastating and a difficult journey in grieving. And my heart goes out to you, and we'd love for you to reach out and come and join Soul Seekers. We are healing in there every single day, somehow, some way, and we'd love to, you know, see what we can do. But if you would like to connect more intimately, you know, through Margie with your daughter, Margie said that there was a child presence earlier in the session. Then
and look, I'm happy just to I'm happy just to type out the messages that I receive, and just, you know, I'm happy to do that. So and
Margie also, okay, so I just had let me just, my phone actually came out of the you know, you gotta love that. Trees Teresa, welcome back, Trees Teresa. We love having fans and followers. So you know, tell all your friends if you think this is a show they might like. We are on every Sunday, 6 to 7 p.m. Now, Trees Teresa said that she's going through some stuff. Margie will pull a card, but she also mentioned lower back. I've added all the numbers up in those letters, and I get to 3 and 6 again, and 3 and 6 equals 9. So it's really about checking. You know, 9 is the martyr, right? 9 can be a martyr, and as women, as mothers, we can tend to. We've talked about this in the session already. Okay, the number 6, you know, you really have to check. Am I mothering, smothering? Mothering or smothering? Am I teaching, preaching, or telling? Okay, when you teach a man how to fish, you feed him for the rest of his life. When you, you know, catch that fish and feed that man yourself, you create a rod for your back, and you're stuck with feeding that individual for the rest of their lives. So sit in the energy of teaching, and when you are, then you know when to, you know when it's your stuff, and you know when it's time for you to help with them with that stuff, and then you know when it's time to leave them. The best way to teach them is to leave them with their stuff. Okay, and then they grow in all the ways that you've grown. And think about the energy of giving and receiving with the number 6, because again, the most difficult thing to do, Margie and I know this from all of the groups and the courses and the programs and the retreats that we've run, okay, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of women. We know that what we do, we are so good at giving. We're so good at giving. We find it so difficult to be in the energy of receiving. And with that number 6, I want you to think about this. It was the first time that I ever heard it like this, and it changed everything, because I love to give. I'm a life path 9. And why do I give? Because it's so joyful. It makes me feel good. I used to love thinking about what you would love, because I loved you, and I used to love shopping for it, and I used to love buying it. I used to love giving it to you, and watch you receiving it. It brought me a lot of joy. And I realized one day, someone said to me, do you realize that when you aren't open to receiving, not only do you stop, you plug up all the other bits and pieces, gifts that are waiting to be received by you, love and money and great health and all those sorts of things. But actually what you're doing is taking away that gift of joy that you get when you give. You're taking it away from the other person who wants to give to you and experience that joy too. So arms wide open to receive, Therese. And that lower back, also lower back is money, isn't it?
Money, yeah, it is. It's stress of money, but also limiting beliefs about love, gratitude, and money for yourself. I got the love card here, and it was like, open up your heart, doll. It's time to open it up. It's okay. You will evolve, and you will look at things in a different light. And also, it's about nourishing yourself. What are you putting in your body? That heaviness, So it's about making sure you let go of those limiting beliefs that you can't. You can.
And look, Margie, she said, I'm having family problems again. I'm past always giving.
Oh, okay.
No appreciation for so long, which is the number 9. Okay, number 9 is the martyr. I do all sorts of things. And look, and naturally, if that's, it's okay to give, but check the intention. And it's okay to give, but why am I giving? Am I giving to please? Am I giving to keep the peace?
And why aren't you giving to yourself first anyway? An empty cup cannot give.
Yes.
And give and give and give, so this is the, the limiting.
That's awesome.
And that back staff would be, are they just wanting money all the time? Are they just wanting you to pay, or are they just leaning on you for all that type of stuff? Just drop it to the earth, love. Return it to sender. It's all their thoughts, feelings, and emotions thrown onto your body. Give it back.
Wonderful. Let's do that little exercise. I love how you do that. There was a thing, that healing. Jazz hands.
Jazz hands. Everywhere that anybody out there is holding on to limited beliefs, it's all their other people's thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Return to sender with consciousness attached, and anything that you weren't allowed to even look at it, let's uncreate, destroy all that times a gazillion, right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pot, all night, short, splits and beyond. And anything, honestly, pain in your body, is it yours? Is it someone else's or something else? If it's yours, be willing to look at it. If it's someone else, return to sender with consciousness attached. If it's something else, you've got to see what it is attached to you to tell them to cross the veil. Pretty easy things.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Spiritual Events Directory, for joining us in this session. We've talked about Soul Seeker. Soul Seeker is, how do we say, Margie, an embodiment journey, okay?
Yeah.
Margie and I are both alchemist healers. We have a kit full of all sorts of healing tools, insightful, intuitive tools, life experience, lots of knowing and knowledge. So come into the group. We are doing, we've got live healing sessions in there. We've got,
we have posts going on in there. We have people coming in and contributing also to all the posts. We're going to have podcasts in there eventually. We're going to have special guests. We got lots, we're growing, and we would like people to come in that would, watch a show.
And grow with us.
And grow with us. And, because we learn as well. And it's going to be a great ride.
It is a great ride, and it's all about the, this is the group where we are really getting very deep. Those conversations when you stay up late at night. Have any of you ever had? I used to have tons of that in my 20s overseas, backpacking through Europe. We used to have these late night conversations, these long and deep conversations, and those are the conversations, and they used to just fill me up, Margie. I would come out of those conversations. You and I had one the other week in the group, and it's so therapeutic and liberating, and it's so damned enlightening.
Exactly, and it's not about right or wrong. It's not about right or wrong. It's just willing to look at the stuff that really it's junk. Get rid of it.
It's all about transcending, transform, transcend. We want to shift and move all of that stuff. And absolutely level up and grow into better and better versions all the time. But it's about returning us to soul purpose. Okay, why are we really here? What is it really about? Where is your meaningful life?
Yeah, and sometimes it's like, why do we choose what we choose?
Yeah.
Why is it that we take on people's points of view? We go through all that type of stuff. Anything that's restrictive and react to, and all the lies that we've been that we believe are ours, and it's big. It's your soul, past life really regression.
Doing a lot of past life stuff. It's absolutely awesome. Come into the group, join the post, the link to Our group is in this post. We'll come back in after the session and chat to a couple of you and guide a couple of you into Soul Seekers. Everybody that joins tonight qualifies for a mini session with myself and Margie in the next few days. Definitely one of you, maybe another of you, if we feel the call to do so. So thank you for joining us here.
Thanks, everybody.
We've had so much fun. We love it.
Yes, we do.
Bye.
Bye.